Come in.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm Bryant.
Danika Holmes from Northeastern. So nice to finally
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you.
Thank you so much. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you. So the reason that I'm here today is because you have filled out our contact me form, which I want to thank you for doing that, for reaching out to us. That really means a lot to us. So thank you so much. And I also want to thank you for giving me your time today. I'm sure that you're very busy working for industry leaders, so really appreciate that. So any plans for the weekend?
No, not really. How about you?
No, not much. Just taking the weekend, gonna relax, you know, the usual.
It starts to get cold. I just tend to hibernate.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. So I just wanted to give you my business card before we got started. That way, in case you have any questions after the meeting, you can contact me, ask me anything. So before we get started, I just want to go over what I'd like to accomplish today. So I want to learn more about you and your company and your goals with the company. Also find out what you're currently doing for your software, and then see if there's a fit for you. Is there any other thing that you'd like to cover?
No, that's good. I just want to let you know I do have a hard stop, so
Okay,
you just
absolutely.
have to give me 10 minutes.
We got that. Do you mind if I take notes?
No, go ahead.
So could you start by telling me why you filled out the contact me form?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I had actually talked to one of, I think it was Mass Media.
Oh,
They recommended you guys. So basically the issue we're having right now is that we can't spin up sites for our artists quick enough,
okay,
and there's no standardized process behind it, so it's just become a little bit painful for us.
okay.
The more we grow, the faster we grow, the
Right.
more we're gonna have to have a standardized process, so that's really the point we're trying to get to.
Okay. And what are you currently doing right now for your software?
What do you mean?
What are you using for your platforms? How is your process looking?
Yeah, so right now we have about 5 different platforms.
Oh, wow.
There's one, the commerce piece I wanna keep,
Okay,
then the rest of them, they're interchangeable really. It
Okay.
just depends on the team that's implementing the site and what they wanna do. Right now, we just talk to the artists, figure out what their brand is, figure out what they want to be on their site, and then we build it.
okay, yeah, that sounds like a very good process.
Mhm.
So, let's say you could rate your solution or your service right now from a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate that?
It's a loaded question. I guess I'd probably have to say maybe a 7.
Okay, so there's definitely some room for improvement. That's why I'm here today. I want to help you. So you had mentioned earlier that you're having a hard time spinning your sites up fast enough. So what is that time frame looking like right now?
It depends. Usually it's a couple weeks.
A couple weeks? And how is that affecting your relationship with the artist?
I think our relationship with them is fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's really the issue necessarily. I think that it could be better. They'd probably be really impressed if we were able to get the site out faster, but I don't think it's a huge issue right now.
Okay, sure. And you had also mentioned something about brand. Could you talk to me a little bit more about what you do to satisfy artists for their brand?
Yeah, I mean, we give them a lot of input. So in terms of the sites, ideally we'd like them to be pretty standardized, just in terms of the different pages, the different links and whatnot, but we definitely want to give them input still on their brand so that it can match their look and feel, their type of music.
Okay, sure. And let's say, you know, down in the line, you weren't able to give them what they were looking for. What would that do for you?
What do you mean?
So let's say, you know, you have Justin Bieber as your artist. He asks for a very specific thing, but because you're working on multiple platforms, you have a hard time giving that to him in the time frame that he wants, with the content that he wants.
Yeah.
How would that affect you?
Yeah, that would be an issue. I think that it would definitely make the artist unhappy more than anything though. I think that it would make it so that we couldn't drive in as much business through the site as we would like to be. I think overall that would probably hurt the relationship a lot.
Right, and we don't want that. That's not an option at all. So what I'd like to tell you today is, like I said, I work with Acquia, and we have a lot of different solutions right now that offer multi-site management. And you had mentioned earlier that you had a non-standardized process, correct? So do you mind if I ask you how many sites you're working with right now?
No, we have about 200 artists.
Oh wow, that's a lot. And you must have a ton of microsites for each.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, we really just have one page for each of the
Really?
artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a lot to work with. So how are you able to manage those sites? Like, let's say, how would you define efficiency with managing those sites?
It's not great.
Right.
That's why you're here, right?
Exactly. I'm here to help you,
Could
like
you,
I said.
I mean, we're pretty short on time.
Okay.
Could you tell me a little bit more about Acquia?
Sure, absolutely. So we help businesses create, manage, and deploy their websites while creating rich digital experiences. We're the fastest growing company in North America, so we're definitely proud of that. But we've worked with companies very similar to yours. We've worked with Platinum Records. Have you ever heard of Platinum Records?
Yeah, of course.
So they were having a challenge when it came to time to market for their sites, and you had said that your sites weren't coming out as fast as you'd like. So we were able to help one of their biggest clients, Lady Gaga, get her sites out and get her one site out in 4 days, which was very helpful for them because she had a single coming out and she really needed to get that out. So we were able to do that with our solution, Cloud Site Factory.
Right.
And Cloud Site Factory would offer it's a multi-site management solution that would allow you that standardized process because you would be able to manage all your sites from one dashboard.
Okay, that sounds good.
If we were able to offer you something like that, how would that benefit you?
I think that would be big. But I'm going to be honest, I mean, we're also looking at other providers that have kind of similar platforms. Could you tell me how you're different?
Sure. So the thing that I'm really excited about with Acquia is that not only are we a software company, but we're a service company as well. So we don't give you this software and just walk away. We're going to make sure that when we leave, your team is trained on the software.
Okay.
We also take care of a lot of the back end. So all the code that you use is going to be from us. So we're a lot more engaged with you than with, say, some of the other companies.
Yeah, that makes sense. You bring up a big point. I mean, I think one of the biggest things for me is my team. We need to make sure that they're comfortable with whatever we use. So could you walk me through the whole training and implementation process?
Sure. So implementation, it depends on the size of the organization. So it depends on how much you want to convert. And you had said you wanted to keep your platform, so that would also come into play. But like I said, my IT team comes in after we decide that we're going to implement the process, and we make sure that you guys are very educated on the process and that when we leave, your team is 100% comfortable with everything that we've taught you.
And the technology all integrates too?
Yep.
Okay.
And also, in case you wake up one day and you have this question about Cloud Site Factory, we have a 24/7 service, a help desk. And like I gave you my business card, you can always call me as well. So.
Yeah, that's helpful. Do you have any information, any sort of documentation on this?
So this report here is about our multi-site management platform, if you want to look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Could I just take this with me? Is that
Absolutely,
okay?
sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take this back. I'm definitely gonna need to digest it a little bit more.
Okay.
We talked about a lot of stuff today. I think that it seems like this could definitely help us.
Sure.
But I just need to, look it through, make sure that all the pieces check off.
Okay, well, what I would propose for you, I know you said that you want to take some time. I think it would be beneficial to set up a demo to really show you the product. It's an intangible product, so it's hard to visualize unless you see it. And I would really want to give you some more information on that. I can bring some more documentation for you.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, do you have any information on the price?
The price is also depending on the size of the project. Actually, on the back of this, so we worked with Forrester, and we were able to determine that with them, on average, most companies see about a 944% ROI.
Okay.
So we're able to give you the money back in savings or realized revenue. Would something like that be a benefit to you to have an ROI?
It definitely would. I guess my only concern is just with the budget. We actually have a budget set aside for this. So when I'm looking at all the different providers, I need to have that be something that I consider. So do you have any sort of range that you could give me of what to expect?
I definitely can't give you that today. I don't want to shoot too high or shoot too low. I would love to give that to you at the demo. That way I can bring my team and we can evaluate what you're doing and what the magnitude of the project would be. And that way I give you an accurate number.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So do you want to set up for a demo and maybe we can get this product going?
I need to look this over a little bit more first because we are going to narrow it down a little bit before we figure out what demos we want to see. But do you have a business card or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, you already gave me.
That's okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, if you just want to email me, you have my information, right?
Yeah, I do.
So if you could just email me, I'll let you know what we think, any updates we have, and then if it makes sense, we can set up some time.
Absolutely. I mean, we could even always set up a time, and if you decide that you did some more research and you don't wanna go with us, then we can just cancel the meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so how about maybe next week on Tuesday around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to check my schedule.
Okay,
I'm not sure what my availability is yet, so I
Okay.
can let you know though.
sure. Is there anyone else from MBO that would benefit on sitting on the meeting?
Yeah, I think my VP would I'll bring him on.
Okay, VP of what? You don't
VP of
mind.
digital.
Oh, cool. And what's his name?
It's Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him